Hello, welcome to Makeups Tutorials. Now, Debbie has requested a video on Twiggy, so we're going to do a gorgeous 60s Twiggy style makeup. She has an exam on Friday, so all good thoughts to Debbie. So I'm going to start with putting some of my You Skincare Aloe Face Saver all over. Just a little bit. Because there's not much foundation really with this Twiggy look, but we do want it to look really clean, really smooth, soft, feminine. Next I'm going to take my concealer palette from Karaja and using these really light colours over here. Everything's back to front, so I keep pointing in the wrong direction. I'll get used to it. I'm just going to take a bit on my concealer brush, my flat concealer brush, and conceal all the way under my eyes. I'm also going to put that probably mascara into these crease lines, happy lines, and my nose grooves, chin, maybe any sexy spots I might have. And you're done. Goodbye. Thank you very much. No, okay, let's move on. So I've concealed successfully. And I'm going to take my foundation brush, and I love this. This is probably my favourite foundation lately because I think my skin's looking really nice and clear, and I'm not enjoying loading it on with foundation so much. So I have, it's just called a Stop Shine from Karaja. It's oil free and it's extra long wear, and this is a number 13. Woo! So just going to take a little bit on my brush and pop that all over. It feels lovely. It's really breathable. Here's my Karaja eye palette. You can use maybe like a lovely vanilla, but I think Twiggy also did a lot of pale pinks. So one or the other. I'll show you with a nice baby pink here. So here's my Wonder Box. Sounds rude. And here's my pale pink that I'm going to use down here. So I'm going to take my flathead eyeshadow brush, and that can go all over the eyelid. And even up to the brow bone. Just lightly though. That's a beautiful soft feminine pink. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pencil, this one. Now this is my Karaja Eye Fly Soft Eyeliner 4 in brown, and that's a long lasting waterproof. Now this is basically just our guideline. So the 60s way of doing eyeshadow is quite different to a more modern look. So what I'm going to do is, starting from just following my socket line, starting from right in here, I'm going to basically make a rainbow kind of arch. Like that. Because it's our guiding line, don't worry about it being too neat. I am going to blend that and then go over it more with a more defined line. Zoom in a bit. The hardest bit is going to be getting them even on both sides. Okay, so now I'm going to take just a soft eyeshadow brush and blend that so it's more of a soft line. With what's left on your brush, drag it right in, down into that corner. Next I'm going to take a small angled brush and going back to my Karaja palette, I'm going to take a much deeper brown, probably from my Colour Emotion 5, and take this dark brown, take a bit on the edge of that brush, and run over the lines we've already done. And just keep building that up. I forgot before when I was doing my pink eyeshadow to actually take a bit on that brush and run it under the eye. Actually, it's quite handy doing it in this order because I can run under and I can see where I need to join it to. Taking a finer angled brush, I'm going to take some, I could use liquid eyeliner, but because it's 60s and it's really soft, I'm just going to use a powder. So here is my other Wonder Box, and I'm going to take the charcoal black there, a little bit on the edge, and just go on my lash line. Next I'm going to curl my lashes. And add, I'm going to, because Twiggy kind of had really those thick separated black lashes, I'm going to use my Lash Evidence Waterproof because that's a lot thicker and darker. If I was going for a 60s look that I was just going to wear out, I think I'd use my other Lash Lift Express mascara. It's a bit more fine, a bit more gentle, but because we're specifically trying to look like Twiggy, I'll use this. See how they're quite clumped together? I mean, you might like that look. And really load that onto the top lashes. Now if you have no lashes to speak of, or you have the means and the patience to do so, I'd say add some false lashes on the top and the bottom. Obviously cut those bottom ones so they're not quite so drag queen, unless you are a drag queen, in which case that's what you'd be aiming for. And I'm going to take my pure white Kajal pencil from Karaja and line the inner rim to really brighten that. Now this is such a 60s look, so if you're going for anything 60s, make sure you line that with the white. Really brightens it up. Now Twiggy didn't have a lot of brow, there wasn't a lot of shaping, defining going on there, so I'm just going to kind of colour them in and just a little bit using my eyebrow pencil number 2. Just using some short strokes. And I don't think I'm even going to bother going through to the ends. And just brush that through. Okay, moving on to blush. It's really very faint, and in fact there's not a pinky colour, just a little bit of bronzing in through the back of the cheeks. So I'm going to take from my Touche Pastel number 1, I'm going to take this really light brown colour up here on my blush brush. And just work that lightly, softly through the backs of the cheeks. That's really all you need in terms of colouring the face. Now I'm going to take my Perfect Lip Liner number 1, which is a gorgeous pale pink, and line the lips. Actually, I'm going to fill that in because the lipstick I'm using is quite light, and I just want to blend those two colours so it's kind of midway between these two. As you can see, I didn't put any powder on because no need, it's just a fresh look, and that Stop Shine foundation is really lovely. It dries this, because it's oil free, you don't need to powder that down. So I'm using my 11C Karaja Rouge Cream lipstick, which is quite a light pink, and I think blended with that, that's going to be very Twiggy, that's going to be nice. Be nice, different, unusual. So that is your completed 60s Twiggy look. Debbie, best of luck in your exam. We'll all be sending you good vibes, and thanks everyone for watching. Bye then!